Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. I'm your host, Sir Stephen Topham at the third at your service. Now we're going to be talking about this seriously again because we know what's going to unfold. We know what's going to be put in front of your eyes, and you're going to end up regretting it if we get it wrong. Right? There's a lot of things that are unfolding the truth about the Magic Railroad itself. Right? A lot of you, a lot of my private connections know the truth. So do I. Right? I'm not going to lie about that because I'm too honest. Right? There's a lot of things what hacks know, plus I'm Thomas the Tank as well on top. It makes sense on everything, right? There's a thing what is unfolding in truth, which it is, and it's not going to let you lie ever again. And it just be a complete honesty, right? I'm not going to bullshit with the bush, right? A lot of us have way keys that link us together, right? Or bring us back together, right? There's a lot of things that add up in every angle. You can't change the record, right? A lot of people are afraid of something more worse than me and her put together, right? Yeah, we're supposed to be the saviors of the world, right? Because we bring the magic back and we have to reboot it, right? A lot of people think this is all a joke. I say it's not a joke because it's real life. You can't argue with real life. You know, when we talk about real life, about this event and how it unfolds naturally and how it unfolds in front of your eyes, right? It's hard. I get it. People are afraid that the truth has been discovered. The truth has been getting people to realize that they don't have to carry this fucking burden all their lives. Excuse my language. But there's so much, even myself, right? We all carry this burden because our keys tell us where to go, where to go to, who to marry to, who to how it unfolds is really like a magic in the air. And you can't see it, but it's in our numbers, it's in our letters, it's in everything. Right? Nobody can't lie to me. If they start lying to me, I know they're hiding something. Right? A lot of truth is coming out. Right? We always knew from the start that there are always be protectors, safeguards, private connections around the globe, trying to help us all out, get us to the right time, right place. We all on a timer, tick, tick, tick. Right? A lot of this is done in secrecy because we have to, but some of us don't have that luxury no more. Why? Because we have to go forward a little bit here. Right? When we are young, and when our ancestors were alive, like my grandfathers and my great uncle, and then Godfrey on top, then the Linfords, and then you've got everybody else on top, then it adds up. Right? Tick, tick, tick. Their connections get added as well. Right? Safeguards have been put in place to prevent the bad thing to happen. Right? I'm physically not able to do what needs to be done, but it needs to be done correctly in a different way. So what happens? My grandfather, right, knew what was unfolding. He knew the truth. He knew the logic. All the bloody job that the NHS had to do was that the first doctor that saw my birth certificate, who I cannot name, he's dead now, unfortunately. He knew the truth and he buried that with himself with a secret. Right? Same as my grandfather. Right, Sir Topham at the first. Then my grandfather on my mother's side. Right? It all adds up. Right? A lot of people, when I stated to you, if you have diesel 10 in your premises, you're out. Why? I'm not saying out, but I'm talking about him out. Why? Because he's bad, he's evil, he's not as good as at the moment. Why? There are a lot of people that I don't trust. Right? Diesel 10 will always be around, but you got to realize we're going to talk about the Magic Railroad itself. Why it's so magical and no one else can't see it. It only works by itself. It's true stories, no lies, there's no deceits, there's no dishonesty. Right? It's all facts, it's all true, it's all logic. The Magic Railroad itself is only for people who know exactly what they got to do. Right? A lot of you out there have railway keys, right? We have door keys, we have railway keys, our telephone numbers, our debit cards, all link to people. Right? That's true. Every third generation, you have to marry your own descendants to carry on the bloodline. Right? When that unfolds, naturally, you're going to say, oh shit, we messed up. Yeah, well, look at it. Look at the logic, the way it's unfolded in front of you. Why it's true, yes. It's facts and it's logic. Right? As you know, the North Norfolk Railway is failing, right? Because they're using people they shouldn't be using, right? I'm trying to keep tabs on them as much as wife, my wife from the in the Albion, it's all gonna go circling, right? What's the wheels that spin so well? But people are asking themselves, why does he come out with that? I said, do you ever realise why Thomas goes underground? He hits the Magic Railroad. When he travels on the Magic Railroad, did I say to you that Lily Cole has something to do with it? The story is split into three parts, three segments, right? It can't be done all in one place, right? Can I remember? I hate to be blunt and I hate to be rude, but I want to show this indirectional approach, right? I want to be honest with you as I would do with everybody else, right? We all take things for granted. I want you to realise it, right? There are times in your life that you have to go back where you started. All of you. And there's a reason for that to get the magic rebooted. Because without me or Lady Hat, you won't get it. Right? There's a thing about this, and it really is like a big jigsaw puzzle. In the end of the day, it's a puzzle you keep in your head. Right? We all knew it from the day one when it revealed itself in 2021 when I revealed myself. Right? The Magic Railroad is not a bloody railroad you can't see. It happens in front of your eyeballs and your ears as well. When it's unfolding in truth, don't push it away because you'll end up dead in the morning half the time. I don't need it. Right? There are people knowing the truth, but you're not using your keys, your door keys, and your debit cards and everything else. All your bloody numbers are all added. And it goes back to the Norfolk County Council. Why? 1701D, which is normally the enterprise. Right? I want you to realise that because it's facts. Right? When you work for the Norfolk County Council, you're working for Sodor County Council. Right? But there are other places around the island that you don't see. You got Peterborough, as the diesel works. You got the Oldsburg West, Bluff Cove, Timber Bay, and then you got Knapford, then you got Crosby, then you got Wellsworth, then you got the coastal one. Then you add it all in. It all goes in your head and you know it. You know what was meant to unfold. Right? I'm still travelling down the Magic Railroad right now. Right? When things unfold naturally to you, don't say you want, right? There's people that are afraid of something more powerful than any of us combined. People know about that bloody damn book. Right? The guy that wrote that book is an asshole. Excuse my French. Right? But he wrote it in truth. But that will happen if it gets fucked up. Right? The Magic Railroad will die eventually, and everybody will die with it. Right? And your descendants will try and find out where the clues are. And they can't find it because we're buried with that secret. Right? I don't need it. I need it to move forward a little bit more. Two more generations of my family gotta go to do it. Right? You know Richard Topham Hatt and you know Emily Helen Hatt. Grow up. It's all there in black and white. Even Rusty knew about this, Cranky knew about this, Carly knew about this, and a lot more people involved, right? Even Caitlin and Connor and all the rest of them, they all know about it. Even Amanda, Patricia, and Alice, and every angle, bang, 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 they all know it. I'm not bullshitting with the bush because I never lie, right? Effectively, right? The story that I'm trying to get my agents to be presenting is something that everybody else knows about, right? When you study it, right? Right, there's ways around this where it unfolds naturally. Right, there are things unfolded in truth. Right, the Cooper family started it. We got to reconnect it all back up to reboot the magic, save the world. Right, so those 8 billion people can keep their descendants alive because it deals with a 1936 mega plan. Right, regardless that the past went with it, so does the future. It's not just the present day. And when people need this, we need it. Right? It's not a want. It's a natural course of evolution. Right? When people learn this a lot more than what they should. I said the railway keys are your key. Your past, your present, and your future. It's always had been. Right? In the everyday, the Coopers are the key to all of this. Lily, George Henry Cooper, Charlie Cooper, Flo Cooper, all of them. Think about it. It's all my ancestors and descendants, isn't they? So what happened? When I was still, so did my family. Work at Ford. Right? It all adds up. When you're dealing with the Magic Railroad itself, it's real. You're not bloody pissing about with it this time. Right? You've got to let it unfold naturally. Because it's very, very hard. And it's the hardest part of the story, which is true. Because you're trying to save the world, you're trying to regain people's respect, and everything else on top. Right? A private connection that I cannot name, who I cannot name, said, "You're there to fix the fucking timeline," she said. Right? I'm not going to give out no names because I'm trying to safeguard her. Why? Rusty knows the truth. So did everybody else. I'm not going to bullshit with the bush. Right? I'm not having any more dead people on my plate. As example. Effectively, you're going to ask why. Just ask yourself. The clue was already there for you. The answer was already there for you. I told you in truth. I told you in logic. I said the Magic Railroad always continues and continues and continues throughout your life. Right? Even your descendants will have the knowledge. Then it goes down to another descendant. But it starts off with me because it's a fresh reboot. It's my son and my granddaughter. Work at Ford. It all adds up. So when you think about me being in the Albion as example in Cromer, which is Knapford, I said it's my office, yes. Grow up in there. Get matured. Safeguard yourselves. Get those keys out and link back to me. Why? Okay, people make mistakes in their lives which they don't understand. When their railway keys are all together, they obviously go out with the wrong man. They should have gone out with the right man. Do you know what? Every key I had something to do with family, not just friends and connections and safeguards and so forth. Why? It all adds up. When it goes back to go forward again to recorrect the time stream, the Magic Railroad will reboot itself. So the magic you refuse to believe in will get the better of you because it's already unfolding in front of you. So when it unfolds in front of you, I said the Magic Railroad does exist, yes, But it's not a game either. I lost too many connections. I lost many friends, and mostly my fucking dead family. When it's all in truth, don't mess around with my past. Don't mess around with my future. And don't mess with the present. Because I am watching. Doesn't matter if I'm not in the building or not. Eyes and ears everywhere. When it's all there in black and white. When the problem occurs, when I was down at the Magic Railroad, right? There's Lily Cole, Lady, and then it will be me behind her. Why? There's a clue to this, and there's a good damn answer. I'm going back where it all started to reboot the magic. So go forward and let I come through the Magic Railroad as it would, and bang. Do you know what Lady says in quotes? She said, the magic's been safe inside you. That's her own quote. Right? All I have to redo is reface it the other way round into real life. Right? In the end of the day, every quote, every transcript to Thomas and the Magic Railroad is real life event. Now you're asking yourself why it hit 2024. Go back to October 1934, you idiots. It doesn't take a genius to work it out. October the 19th, my ancestor on my great uncle's birthday, near enough to my great uncle's birthday, he put his neck on the line and killed himself on the Midland and Great Northern Joint Railway, which is Sodor and Northwestern Railway Company. Work it out. It all adds up, don't it? And then my great uncle's birthday, when he had to bury his own brother in Lemrade as an unmarked grave. I still had to go to Whitwell Station as example. Why? Respect. While they respect me up there, Norfolk Railway will always give me the disrespect. And they're asking me, why is this? Why is that? And it all adds up. Then the calculations will add up, and in your head you say, what? Fuck, excuse my language. Then it'd be 1935 with my Sir Topham Senior dead in June 1935. It will add up, and then it was 1936 when the reboot kicked in. Why? Because my grandfather continued it, which is Sir Topham Hatt the First. So work it out. It's in real order, not a bloody bullshitters. But while this magic was unfolding in truth, right, Lily, my great auntie Lily, had a daughter called Margaret. Do you think I don't ever forget my family? No. If I know my family that well, it's because I know things. My family have a way of bringing ladies back into the fold, even the Hatt family number. Why? Because end of the day, we're all connected through time. The Magic Railroad is not a bloody game. It's real life version of it. And as hard as it may be, for every generation we have to go through the same scenario. Why? Because there won't be no more diesel 10s after this. The third one is on the loose. Why? Once he's out of the picture, we can stop the other diesel 10s to reveal themselves like diesel 10 the 4th and the 5th of continuing it, blackmailing it. Why? In the end of the day, when I said we don't want to see history repeat itself for the next 2 times, people ask, why is there no diesel 10 the 4th? Why there's no diesel 10 the 5th? Won't work. Because my family's legacy and destiny was set in motion way before the bloody NHS knew about it. So work it forward. It all added up. Herbert, Molly, and then you got the others and all the others, and it all adds up. When the Magic Railroad does exist, yes, but a lot of people can see through it, yes, and a lot of people cannot. When people don't believe it, What just unfolded now? I'm going down that railway line, but I'm a little bit far behind because why? Because I'm going on holiday, right? I will have an accident at Killing Heath Park, right? The accident will occur with me going into the ground, right? Or fall to the ground, as I call it, because the truth is effectively setting you free, right? It will all unfold in front of you, and a lot of it will unfold in front of my connections, obviously, most of the time. Why? Safeguards in place. So, when you want something bad enough, don't come crying wolf when it goes completely wrong, because I know what will happen if it goes wrong. Right? The Magic Railroad itself is real. It's hard for you as it is for everybody else. Right? So check your railway keys because your railway keys might have a connection. Right? Letters, numbers, and it all adds up. And it equalizes to the right person. But there was one catch. All my private connections knew about this before you were fucking born. Even my family knew this. I don't have to argue. If my grandfather, George Henry Cooper, but I call him Henry for short, right? He wouldn't be happy with you lot. Not even Sir Topham at the first. He won't be happy with you. Right? You basically put somebody back on a playing field when you shouldn't done. The problem is, I'm not bugged him at all, period. But it looks like someone's picked up the answers as well. Right? Even the Grizzly family knew about this. Even all the Hill family, all the Holmes family, everybody that was on the London North Eastern Railway registry list as employers. So work it out. While William Marriott is my connection and best friend, I do. End of the day, you have to be realistic. It's real as it comes. The Magic Railroad has to exist to keep us all alive around the globe. So if it goes terribly wrong, you're going to end up with the biggest problem of all time, and it won't be my fault. Right? And everybody will see it all go and it all go down shape, and everybody will ask why. Right? People are coming off Facebook because we have to be safeguarded. Some of us have to be blocked to safeguard family or our friends or our connections because we can't always reveal ourselves in public. But we can do, yes, but then at the end of the day, on Facebook, we are totally blocked away from you. Right? Because we have to be safeguarded. We're not bullshitters, we're just telling you the damn truth. Right? The Magic Railroad itself is real. It's truth, it's fact, and it's logic. A lot of people ask me, how did Lady and Thomas meet up on the island of Sodor? Right? What's the wells that spin so well? Right? It's a clue, but it's the actual answer. But how did Thomas meet Lady when he's going down the Magic Railroad himself about like 5, 10 years behind? It adds up. The calculations add up. People worked it out. I don't need to BS. Check your railway keys. It's always been the answer to all of this. Your railway keys lead back to me or a friend or a connection. Don't BS and say it's all bloody lies, because if you tell me I'm lying, I'm going to tell you, watch out. If I'm pointing my finger, it's like watching your own Sir Topham Hatt poster pointing at Mr. Conductor, for example. Saying, take off my hat, for example. Right? A lot of people have clues, answers, and respect. Right? People have a way of knowing people because we know them by trade mark. We're not just a bloody damn hypocrite job. It's realistic, not a bloody child fiction. When you add up all the facts in there, you like dealing with shit, shit, shit. Yeah, well, check your railway keys, a lot of you. I'm not Diesel 10 the third for starters. Just realise what's unfolded. It's true, it's logic, and it's fact. People don't have to watch all of it to understand this. Right? When that all unfolds in front of you, then you cry wolf. Because you want something, you needed somebody back in the playing field. Right? Killing Heath, the Killing Heath Park will be a dangerous zone for me right now. I can't go on holiday for starters. Why? Because the last time I was on holiday, Lady got destroyed by Diesel 10 the third, or second at that time. Right? My great uncle had to do an emergency plan to stop this happening again and again and again. And it's all facts, it's all true, and it's all logic. So now look at Diesel 10 the third trying to go down this way. You know what I mean? He's already on the island. We don't need to move about a lot. But when I didn't bug him, like I said, the truth will set you free. But now, people will have to understand how I know, what I know. Right? My family are gifted. We're not thick. We're not stupid. We are really useful, like we always have been. You know, at the end of the day, if Sir Topham at the first or Henry Cooper found out that you bloody done a damage that you should not done, now look at it. The Magic Railroad itself is real. Always has been. It's how it's unfolding in front of you. You have to get real. Right? In the other day, the facts are there. Kirk Ronan is Hans Stanton. Then you got Wolf's Castle. And then you got Vickerstown, which is South Lynn. Now work it forward and then go that way. Then you'll understand why. My friends were trying to tell you, my connections were trying to tell you, and my private connections were trying to tell you. All of them. But you won't listen. But no, now you're going to get the firework display you all want. Basically, you're basically getting what you need, but at the same time, you want this, you want that, you got that, bang. What will happen is, eventually, everybody's going block on Facebook or come off Facebook. Why? Because we can't stay online all the time no more. We haven't done nothing wrong, it's just the way it plays out. You know, when the Magic Railroad itself is real, don't mess around with it. Right? In the day, you're dealing with something that is realistic. There's a lot of facts in all of that. You know, when you look at it, I'm about to go to Killing Heath Holiday Park, right? Which makes me fall into the ground of the grass. Now I wake up and smell like coffee. Right, we're still going through like it would do, and it will go right on the Thomas and the Magic Railroad, and it will. Then I will follow behind Lady like it would. Right? Then people wonder why we have to do this procedure every generation. Why? It's to keep us alive, not the other way round. You know, if you lose all the magic, people know what the consequences will be. You see, the answers are there, the facts are there, and the logic is there. Then the magic and all of this, if it's gone, that's your bloody fault, not mine. Then you're blaming everybody else because saying, well, it's gone, where is it gone? And people won't able to survive. And then people will ask the big question, what is a want and what is a need? Do you need to survive or need to die? Because I'm not killing more and more people for a mistake. This is real life. This is the magic that you really refusing to believe in, but it will always get better of you. Peter Fonda told you that too. He said the magic you refuse to believe in will get the better of you. Always. When everything wants to play out correctly, it doesn't play out correctly all the time, but it will. Eventually, the Magic Railroad itself is real, not a bloody game, not a choice to be meddled around with. I said, if you want to mess up the whole world and make it blow up, tore, split apart, and all of that, then more damage to be done, then it can't be fixed. Because then my son Richard and my granddaughter will end up having to clear up your dirty mess that you have started. So Wepford, like you would do, right? I'm going to give you a scenario that's going to be realistically, right? You heard about Norman Spencer and how bad he could do it, right? That's number one, right? He will fuck you lot up with that haircut, and then you will end up crying more from me, saying that I've been really useful. He hasn't. He's just a con artist little shit, right? Then it could go even more deeper than that because you lose all the steamies and it'll all be dieselization and all that. That's one scenario. The second scenario will be the island swan song that we tried to prevent. So we're forward and not go backwards on this one. Now you're going forwards. But this time, the Iron Swan song, what's the Iron Swan song got to do with it? I said it will hit that and it will go straight to Norman Spencer. Then everything will go, it will circulate again and again, and then it will fuck all you up. All of you. Just grow up. Just look at your wayward keys. Your keys are your answer to this. A lot of people know this, so does my private connections, my safeguard, and all of it. My family are the only one who can notify where to go. They don't tell me to piss off, or swear, curse, or kick off. No, I'm trying to give you the facts, the truth. We have returned, but it's not returned straight away because we have risen, yes, but we just need to return the best way, not the hard way round, because it gets difficulter. Right? So, at the end of the day, the Magic Railroad itself is real. Right? So, when I'm on holiday, right, things will go wrong. Killing Heath itself will put me in a little bit of a shit. Right? So, I'm being honest with you. Right? There's a lot of people that know the truth. I said, go home, do your family research, go backwards a bit by 3 generations and get the connection. Because it goes back to go forward. And then the audio connections will click, click, click. And then everybody has been watching me over the years, watching it overcome. I said the Magic Railroad itself is real. No lies, no deceits, no dishonesty. Just work it forward. When you're working forward, you have to go back to re-correct the problem again and reboot it. It's not like a game you can play around. It's not about money. It's not about that. It's people's lives on the line. And when I discussed it to you guys and everybody else around around the globe, you're all bloody laughing, but it's not a laughing matter. Right? Your descendants will die if that goes wrong. And then you will blame the people that you don't want to blame. Because then it all goes back on you. And it all goes backfiring. I told you. In every day, you're meddling with something that's actually realistic. It's going to happen twice. It's going to happen the third time. It's going to happen the fourth time. And it's only going to do 5 times of it. Right? So you've got my son Richard. And then Emily Helen Hatt to follow suit. Bang! That's 5 generations of the Hatts. So you're getting all the facts, you're getting the truth, and you're getting the logic. I said the Magic Railroad itself needs rebooting. It's not a game you can laugh at. It's not even a bloody joke. When you don't see it, how come the Enterprise crew is telling you it? When you talk about numbers, right, there's a lot of truth to it. Right? A friend of mine, as I stated before, Claire Devlin, who's no longer alive, God bless her soul, would have been in her 50s, right? Early 50s to mid 50s. Why? Because she would have been older than me, right? She died in Northampton, right? Then she got buried in Port Nocky, which is true. She was Rosie the Third. Now wake up and smell a bloody coffee on that. So you know there was something going wrong. You should have reported to me soon as possible. Your railway keys now are the booting point. Right? When you reboot your railway keys, you're rebooting the magic back in. Right? Right? A lot of people say, where's the answers? Where are the clues? It's in everything. Right? When it all comes back to my family, then you were asking Wolf. It's like crying Wolf, but you're not. People know answers. People know the clues. They know respect. They know everything. But you know, Thomas and the Magic Railroad is very difficult. Yes, it's a very difficult task. And if you don't bloody believe me, then ask yourself why I'm at Killing Heath Park and all of that shit yet. It hasn't unfolded yet, but it's happening, right? So you have Diesel 10 coming your way and all fuck you all up. Excuse my language, but it will unfold everything, right? And then everybody will ask, where's the fat man? Where's Thomas? And it all comes back down to me. Because there's only one individual that can save your asses, not the other way round. I said, check your railway keys. For God's sake. It doesn't take a genius to work it out and say, what? What does he mean by railway keys? Your house keys? Your your keys that you were given? The keys that you were had to follow by? Who your safeguard is? And everything else. In the other day, it's going to go forward, then it's going to go back. Why? Because it's a time loop. So work it way round and go forward on it. So even if it is a time loop, we're still going forward in time. I already seen Jason David Frank die on me. I seen Christopher Reeve die on me. I seen my family die on me. Pick up the pieces. It all adds up. My family's got a lot to do with this, and you're not actually seeing it because they're all dead and buried with a secret. So work it forward like it would do with us next. Then we will die, and then that secret will be buried, and that will cause a chain reaction to get another lady in play. That'd be lady number 4. So work it out. So when you stoke up the magic in the mountain, the lady will smile. Why? When I saved Lily Cole, she's gonna come back on Lady. This time, when it was all shown in truth and in logic too, right? Thomas and the Magic Railroad is a real life event, not a bloody children's game. When it's told in truth, you don't mess around with the truth. Right? YouTube newless, StreamYard newless, Facebook newless, wake up and smell a damn coffee. Because it will unfold naturally, effectively. But you're gonna end up saying shit. Because you didn't realise what was coming right behind your back, and now you've got to get it done correctly to recorrect the problem. My family has come back from London to Norfolk. Why? Because we've been trying to look for them, but they were safeguarded by my mother's two older sisters. Cooper blood, Cooper related. Normally the oldest normally gets the secret and the clue, but not the full whack. While my mother had to scream out loud too many times in my face, oh yeah, her epileptic screams do scream out loud. And not being bullshitty. And it did scare the lights out of me. But in the day, when you put it all together, it all adds up. That's lady number 2. But next becomes dog to a hat because she had me. So when she had me, all my father had to do was put his name in the middle pocket to put everything in motion. And then when I got the name Matthew, which is a Hatt name, boom, boom, swap it around and get the anagram out of your head and put Stephen Topham Hatt the Third. Then it all adds up. It's fact, it's truth, and it's logic. Thank you very much. In every angle.